Hey, 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 my friends. It is a late night bonus ran stream. How y'all doing? I got my alternator in, so I know I will not be streaming tomorrow, so I figured, you know what? Let's just do a little bonus stream tonight to kind of make up for missing tomorrow. Also, I kind of had some ideas for this mech we were working on at the end of the stream. Got inspired. Hopefully we could put it together, make it work. Hopefully my stream is working. Do I have my new emotes? GG cookie time. Nice. My new emote is working. Love it. Very cool. But yeah, I had some ideas for making this walker. Turn this music down. I'm going to just be really chill tonight. Really freaking chill as we just mess with trying to put this walker together. As I was walking to get some dinner, because I'm not driving my car to save the battery, I kept having these ideas of how to make the legs work better for our our walker we were trying to make. So I'm just gonna probably mess around with some stuff for a little while. I added I added some of the mods that people suggested. So Chatterer apparently just gonna do stuff. How do I move this thing? Unlock position. Okay, let's move this over here. Put this down over here, I guess. Okay, how do I lock you? Lock position and size. Okay, we're just gonna get random chatter. Okay, cool. So we're gonna just can I revert this to? Nope, I can't. So I gotta just recover this guy. Cover vessel. Let me make sure my stream is on right now. It should be. It should be. There, we are live. Are we alive? We are alive. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so I have some ideas for this mechanized mech. So I think I want to actually start from scratch here because I want to make it bigger first of all. So we're gonna do, instead of the 1x1, we're gonna be we're going to do, I'm almost gonna make this like an AT walker, I think. So let's see, how wide do we want to make this? I think that might be good. Okay, there we go. Can I put a guy off to the side here? Right in the middle? No, okay. Alright, so basically the first thing I wanted to do was, let's get all our pieces up on here. I want to make a little head on the front of this thing for our external command seat to sit on. So let's go structural. Late night stream, that's right, Algo Almice. Good evening, my friend. How are you doing? Yes, so I'm going to put like a head on this thing. Is that centered? Looks pretty centered. So that's going to be the head. And that is where Jeb is going to sit. Jeb on the head. Which I think is the same thing as a bathroom in some places, so. Okay. Cool. So the main thing I wanted to play with here was, I really wanted to play with the legs. Let me get the battery and the solar panels for this thing so I don't have to worry about that stuff as we test it out, having power and all that. So where's electrical? This guy. So if I do like X here, Actually, A. Yeah, do that for now and just shove a battery on here. Okay. Cool. So I want to play with some legs. I had some interesting ideas for legs. So first things first, let's give them a structure. Thinking about giving them a strut to be on. Like give each one a single strut on the end here. So I want to make sure things are able to snap on and connect as well as possible. Is that pretty well on the corner there? Pretty good. All right, so robotics. Here's where the fun begins. Start with a hinge. Okay. Move this all back so this is kind of centered for what I'm working on. Start with a hinge. I have a crazy idea using pistons and hinges about how to make a better leg. Build a better leg. So I liked the I-beams. You know what? Do I want to do this? Smaller I-beams, since I'm going to hinge multiple I-beams. I think I might like this better. So we do that. We do another hinge. Okay. And so the idea is start there. Go there. And we're going to put a piston between this. Now, what I want to do is I want to put an attachment point. Radial attachment point. No, that's not what I want. I thought there were other attachment points. Aren't there isn't there like a, what is this? A large non-slip pad that you don't slip off the back of your mech bot as you stomp across KSC in search of science. It's like they know I'm going to make a mech bot. How do they know? Girder adapter. You know, I could probably use that little tiny strut. No, not that guy. Where's the little small one? Cubic. Okay, this guy's small. So basically, is this the smallest one we have? Where does it say size? 0.375, 0.001 tons. That's probably the smallest one. I might want to use the larger legs for this. Okay. Okay, so let's see how large a piston hydraulic cylinder is. Okay. So the idea is to attach it kind of like this. And have it go out to move the leg and compress to bring the leg back in. So there's between the cylinder and, okay, I guess they're just different sizes, right? Okay, that one's definitely too big. Maybe the second size one. Compare these sizes. Okay, one is very slightly larger, and that one's huge. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do is we're going to put it on this guy. And then we'll turn it on its side to try to attach here. Okay. Okay, alright, cool. Alright, so if I do this, I try to rotate this guy. Okay, alright. Got this thing going here. Might need the smaller one, actually. Let's try the smallest one. Not that much smaller. So the question is going to be, how am I going to make sure it's attached? The other strut is attached to this guy. I wonder if I could just attach this without using a strut, but I feel like it's better to use struts where I can. So they attach themselves. Okay, so is there a way to... I probably have to do a strut from this to this. Just to make sure these pieces are connected, maybe. So now I'm curious, if I do that, what happens as I extend this thing? Okay, that thing... I want this to actually move the leg. I don't know if it'll do that with this. I want this to actually move this leg. How can I get it to do that? Or maybe it won't while it's in here. So if I have this thing move, I wonder if I'm not going to be able to get this to move while I'm in the thing here. Mech Jeb Mark 2. What happens if we go over to this one here? Will it? Let me move stuff around here. I wonder if there's a way to just test these things. I want to see them actually move. It's always a pain to get things to do what you want them to do. I almost feel like maybe the strutted thing is not doing what it needs to do. Because if I move this guy... Yeah, okay, so that thing moves with it. Okay. So the question is, how do I make this piston move this beam? Let's go back over here. I feel like we need to somehow connect both these guys. So let me get rid of these things here. I need this guy. Is there a way to make this connect to this? We connect this first and then turn it. Robotics. Looks like it'll connect to either or, but not both. How do I get it to connect to both sides? There's probably a way to do that. If I right click on it, rigid attachments on, what does that do? Okay, so that moves that up and down. And if I make it go like this, I almost wonder if I need to have the whole assembly together first and make it somehow attached to both pieces. How could I make that happen? If I just do a strut, strut. Okay, I think I have to connect this to something first. So if I just like connect this here, then here, then here. Now, challenge is I can connect it to this, but how do I get this bottom part to connect to this bottom part? How do I do that? How do I get this to connect down to here after rotating this thing? Because that's basically what I want it to do right there. But when I actually extend the thing, it just goes right through. How do I do this? How do I make this do what I want it to do? Rotation servo. That's the thing that will spin stuff. This is what I was thinking about as I was working on, as I was just walking to Taco Bell for dinner. It's like, surely I can make this work. Surely I can make this work. What if I just do it like this? What if I did that? What does that do? What if I don't use the struts? Still does that. This moves that piece. Trying to figure out how to get this guy to move these pieces. Does it have to attach to like something else, like another hinge or something? Because if I attach something to it, the thing at the end of it will move. So like if I put that guy on there, that extends. So I need to figure out a way that attaches to all these points. How would I do that? Maybe I need to make the piston first and build a leg around it for that to work. Okay, let's see if we can do it that way. Well, here, let's do this. Where are you? You showed up a second ago. I don't know where. Okay, there we go. So there's those two pieces. So what if I took this piece? No, I need to build the leg around it. So we're going to get rid of the leg. We'll just leave the leg where it is for now. So I need to build the leg around it. Okay. somewhere in there, and then rotate this guy. Yeah, it's definitely not how I want this to go, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, so now if I do this, okay, that does what I want it to do. Okay, so the question is, how do I get it to attach to a hinge and to this piece underneath it? That's the question. How do I do that? Because we need another one of these beams attached to a hinge that I'm going to put on here. Hello? The hell? Why the hell would you go on that way? Snap. Alt. Why the hell won't you snap to that? Snap point right there. Snap on. Snap. Jeez, do I really have to auto freaking do this? Oh my god. Okay. How's that look? Is that on there? It's probably because it's at an angle. What if I put this on before I put this piece on there? Let's see. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's take... I thought I was going to have fun working on this, but I swear every time I try to mess with the Herbal editor, there's just so much crap that's like, why do you not work the way you think would be intuitive for it to work? Okay, there we go. So now that we have that, we want you to be on here. Okay, so we want you to be on there. Okay. I have an idea on how we could possibly make this work. Okay, okay. Okay, so that moves that. Now, what I want to do is flip this over. So I have another thing I can connect to there that will hopefully also connect to there. I just don't know how to make it to connect to 2 points like I want it to. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. W? Nope. D, there we go. I want the bottom part to connect so I can have this top part be kind of free. Looks like it's not going to do that for me. Okay, what if I just use this thing to rotate around and then just move it out so it's not actually looking like it's attached to anything, so I could maybe mess with it. Okay. Okay, so now the goal is to, first of all, let's extend this out a bit. The goal is to get a piece that's attached to this. Also attached to this. Can I do that? That is the question and the thing that I've been unable to make happen. Yeah, that's the angle I want. There we go. So I can do this all day, but it's getting this part to attach to this part. So basically have this piece be attached to two different things that I'm having the hardest time doing. I wonder if it's better if I attach it to this. Try to see if I can have it attached to the hinge, if that's at all possible. What if I double hinge it and somehow can attach something between the two hinges? So I can get this thing super close. How to actually get it to attach to the thing. I just don't know that's going to count as being attached to this. There's got to be a way to make this work. There's got to be. Because I couldn't get it to attach to the I-beams. And now I can't seem to get it to attach to this and to this. How the hell do you do this? What does this thing look like? Just a very wide I-beam. Is there a way to, like, I tried strutting already. That didn't seem to do me any good. There's definitely got to be a way to make this work, and I am not understanding how to make it happen. I feel like this original idea is better if I could just figure out how to make things attach. Put a piston in here and make them actually attach. What if I just did a hinge here? Instead of a piston, an extra hinge like in the middle of this thing. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna give it any extra power to do that. Yeah, it's just not doing anything. Well, maybe this whole idea I had is just worthless. I thought, basically my thought was if the piston could cause the leg to do this while the top hinge can have it go forward and backwards, I could lift, go forward, drop, go back, lift, go forward, drop, go back. It's kind of my idea, but I can't seem to make that work. That is the idea for this. Maybe I need a different type of hinge? No, they're just different sizes. Don't feel like the different sizes are going to do me any good. Really? Or are you just not going to do what I want you to do? Come on. Come on. There it is. What if I do these attachment points? God, those things are huge. I just don't know that that's going to do anything for me. I feel like what I need is these struts, and just to get them. I feel like the issue is that I can't get them to connect in two places and to have the middle thing connect at the same time. It's like if I was building a rocket, trying to put a top piece and a bottom piece completely built together and then attach them. How would I make that work? But them being at an angle makes it hard. I can do this all day. But getting it to actually turn and be connected to this guy is the issue. Rigid attachment, target extension, motorized. So how do I get this bottom piece connected to this? How do I do that? I need to weld it. Is there a welding tool? Where is my welding tool? Let's try something here. That's not what I want you to do. That's as far as you'll go. Okay. That's her 90-degree angle, so I wonder if it matters which one I attach it to. Maybe that's a thing. If I attach it to one instead of the other, would that make it work? I feel like we're close to it doing what I want to do. I feel like we're close. But how do I get you to attach to this thing? Can I? Heaviest part, root part, grandparent part, disabled. If I strut, that's not going to make you attach, right? Yeah, that doesn't actually make you attach. Oh, I just can't make this leg do what I want you to do, man. Cannot get this leg to do what I want to do. What's up, Renus? What good is a piston if you can't attach it between two pieces? What good is this piston if you can't get it to attach to two pieces? If I somehow attach the two leg parts to it, that's fine, but then I couldn't get the hinge on it. Would it be okay if I didn't have the hinge on it, maybe? What if I try it that way? Let's try it. Let's go about this another way here. What if we did that, and then we actually attached this piece to the end of it? So we go like this. Rotate this guy. So we basically get it as close to the hinge as we could, but it won't actually attach to the hinge. Are you going to play the fourth character in Spire when it comes out? Yeah, I didn't know they were doing a fourth character. What is the fourth character? I have heard no information about it. Okay, so now what happens if we do this? Just moves that like that. Since we're not hinged, it's not going to stay in place. Because what I want it to do is have a hinge and it go back and forth on the hinge, but be propelled by the cylinder. Is this not possible? What I'm trying to do seems to not be possible. Is there any information about the fourth character in Blood Spire? Because I have not heard about that. I wonder if the cylinder itself has to be on a hinge. As it pushes out, I wonder, maybe that's the issue. It can't rotate as it does its thing here. Maybe I'm using one less hinge than I should be using. Maybe this needs to be hinged so that this can go like this. Huh. Still, my dilemma still remains attaching the bar to two pieces. But let's see if this does anything. Can I have this piece attached to two pieces? So I want this piece to go like right between these guys. Okay. This is probably a lesson in futility here. I mean, it's very close to what I want it to be right here. It's very freaking close. Problem is, again, I want it to attach here and to here, and I don't know how to get it attached to two parts. I don't know how to get a hinge or a beam to attach to two separate parts and have them come together right now over me. They haven't said, just its relics. All right, let's check it out. Slay the Spire relics for a new character. I can see what they look like, but does it actually tell you what they do? I don't actually see what they're doing. Is that just showing what the relics look like? Oh man, I feel like we're really close to making this work here. Real stinking close. Hey, what's up, cows? How are you doing? Okay, this is acting just funky as hell. Okay. Have you ever built a walker leg before? That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm the hardest time getting the pieces attached that I want to attach. I can get like everything attached but the final part. And I just don't know if it's possible to make happen what I want to have happen. I want this to attach to this, and I cannot seem to do it. If I attach it to this part instead of this part, then this part won't be attached to this part. You have not. Oh, crap. Well, it's a new expansion, or yeah, it's the expansions that I was gifted, and I'm playing with the robot parts. I'm trying really hard to make a working walker leg. Trying really freaking hard. If I could just figure out how to attach these two pieces, I feel like I could maybe have a chance to put this together. Put this together. How do I get these things to attach? I just don't know. I tried strutting, and strutting does nothing. Just adds support. Doesn't actually make them be attached. Basically, I need an attachment point here, an attachment point here, and the pieces between to connect to both. Is there a frickin' way to make that happen? Is there a frickin' way? What if I get the angles right? What if I make this a perfect 45-degree angle, so 45 degrees, 45 degrees. So this is perfect 90 degrees. And I somehow, now that they're angled correctly, had them connect. You're not connected, are you? What is it, Herbal, and why do they have space program? What's up, Faith? A Kerbal is a little green guy. A Kerbal are these little green people. And they love building rockets and stuff. And apparently robots, but I'm having a hard time making those. Could you connect it to a different piece and then attach that to the leg? That's kind of what I've done, cows, with this little hinge. Because I really just want the cylinder to attach these parts. But now, since I attached the hinge was in order to try to make it attached to this. But maybe I can put attachment points on the two pieces and maybe make it work that way. It's almost like it'll only let me attach one side of it. It won't let me attach two sides at the same time. So what if I did what I just did, but try to line up attachment point on this guy right where it would be? I mean, like, that right there looks like it's connecting, but if I extend it, I have a feeling it's going to clip right through this thing. Yeah, see, it just clips right through. It doesn't actually attach to the thing. Could you connect it to... Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Bibo? How are you doing, sir? I'm playing with robots. Basically playing with Legos and robots. Trying to figure out how to make Legos and robots work together. Wish there was a smaller connection point. Maybe my original idea of using a strut by itself. Just like an actual strut here. Trying to build a robot? That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Basically a walker. I'm trying to make a walker, like an AT-AT walker is basically what I'm trying to make right now. Hope your car issue's been resolved. Not yet, Charlie Murphy, but I'm going to be getting up really early tomorrow. I have my alternator sitting on my table over there. I'm going to take it to the mechanic tomorrow, so hopefully we will get it taken care of. 3 a.m. I'm not sleeping. I'm up to re-up your burger sub. Nice. Burger streaming right now? Okay. The hell? God, I can't even get it attached to this frickin' strut that it's actually attached to. How am I ever gonna get it to attach to what I want it to attach to? How is this not lined up? Oh, it's not lined up here. This thing's not lined up. Great. Cool. Wonderful. How's it going? Man, it's hard. It's not going. I want this to connect to this and to this right here. I feel like I'm really close to doing what I want to do. It just is not quite coming together. Hear me, baby, come together. See, like I can attach it to either piece, but not both. Let me see if I move this down a bit, if maybe it will. Like that. Looks like it's attached, but I'm pretty sure it's only attached to this part, and this is not attached to that part. So when I do this, it just goes right frickin' through the leg. Right through it. But yeah, my robot is just, it doesn't want to, I need super glue to put onto this thing so it'll frickin' attach. But it just seems like my idea for a robot leg doesn't work. Doesn't seem to want to work. Again, for those just joined, what I'm trying to do is make it so I can have one thing that moves the leg back and forth, then another that would move it down, which would move it kind of down and forward. I don't know, man. Maybe I don't need this. Maybe if I have the double hinge, I can just have this one move and then this one move. Maybe I'm trying to overcomplicate it. So if I move this guy and then have another one move this guy, maybe I just don't need that thing. The reroute tool, that might do something. The reroute, the reroute. Maybe I could try that. Let me see here. Get you back like a straight thing there. Let's get this perfectly straight and see. I don't think the reroute tool will do anything, but maybe I could try that. Okay, so there's a perfect 90-degree angle. Put our toggle snap there. And we do our... No. Is that right? Yes, that's right. And I swear this thing will not snap where I want it to. Do that. Second size one here. Okay. And then we turn this guy to 45 degrees to be at the right angle. Then we put another guy on here. That one snaps on for whatever reason. And then we do this guy. Go this guy to 45 degrees. Come on, there we go. So that's exactly the angle we need it. Now I would need to reroute. What would I need to do to reroute this? You don't have this pack, so you have no clue. Let me see. Okay, this would work if it would do what I want it to do. So how would I reroute? Reroute. Because I don't know that rerouting is going to connect this to this, which is what I want to do. You didn't know what a Kerbal was. I'm unhelpful. Okay. So that just made this the root part. But that didn't actually connect these two parts. What I want is some way to connect this piece to this piece while it's still connected to this piece, so that when I move this again. Whoa, it's actually okay. Well, the rerouting did do something. It made that so that this stays in place. That's kind of funny. And moves everything else. It's pretty funny. But I don't think my idea for a piston leg thing is going to work. Ha! Alright, rerouting I think was not the right idea for this. There, that's what we want to reroute. Okay. Because I had this great idea. It's just like a human knee, you know? You move your leg forward, then you extend it out, then you drop it and move forward. I had this idea that this is what I need to do. But I might just not need this whole part. Just if I just do the hinges correctly, that might be all I need. So I might need to give up on playing with this thing here. Because when I do this, it just goes through every time. So we're going to try something else. This just doesn't seem to want to work. So we're going to have it just be like this. and put a foot on it, which is going to be, where's my hinges? I have no idea why this won't snap on correctly here. I do not understand the snapping in this game. It's like there's a green ball and there's a green ball. Why would you not line up perfectly with this green ball? I don't know why you wouldn't. Probably because it's not vertical, so let's get it vertical. Maybe if I get it vertical, it'll work. There. Or maybe even perfectly horizontal will work. Let's see if that will work. Nope, still not quite. Okay. And there it snaps on perfectly. Actually, that's rotated the wrong way. Is it? Yeah, it's rotated the wrong way. Is that right? I think that's right. Those dudes want to go to space. Oh yeah, we've played lots of this game where we do go to space. This is just me goofing around late at night trying to build a walker for fun. Okay, that is a really, really long leg. I should probably use these smaller I-beams, actually. This really is like an AT-AT walker here. Let's use the smaller legs here. There. There. Nope. Nope. Seriously, you're gonna go that way? Jesus. Alright, fine. You're just gonna force me to be annoyed and rotate you. Okay, I think that's right. Right? Is that right? Are we talking Hive Sword logic, Federation of Planets exploration, or our race is dying and we're trying to save it? No, this is like Earth exploration. This is not even the right beam. What is wrong with me? This is not the right beam. Okay, we need to rotate this because things are getting all out of whack here. This is Federation of Planets. Although there's no aliens, except I guess we are the aliens. Sounds like a Twilight Zone episode. We are the aliens. Bum, bum, bum. We were looking for aliens this whole time. Turns out we were the aliens all along. And structural, this guy. Okay. It's okay to be the aliens, usually. Okay. Okay, so I need to figure out what my range of motion needs to be if I want this to... Okay, that's definitely not what we want it to be. We want it to cap out at like, what is halfway between 45 and 90? Like 70 something? No, 50, 90s, 40. Somewhere in there. Okay, so 55. 55, what does this look like? Okay. And so when it ends up over here, we want this guy's range of motion to be something like this. This is why I wanted the piston. I feel like I have a hard time making this do what I want it to do here. Oh wait, I have this backwards, so I want 52 to be the edge here. Wow, getting these things to work is so funky. Might be able to set them to move on an action button. Yes, that's actually what I'm going to do. That's what we did earlier in our earlier stream. We set them on an action button. I think this range of motion might be too much. I think this one needs to be smaller. So what if we went down to 45 and 45? I think we actually never want it to go past 0 degrees there. So if I did this, nope, did that backwards. Okay, so yeah, so it'd be something like that. I think the back side of this needs to be less. We don't need it to go that far back. So if we want it to be like 0 here, maybe. Okay. So it'd be like that, and as he walks forward, it would push that back. See, now the reason I wanted a piston was so that it would retract and go out as we need to. I just don't know that that's going to work. This guy we want to be on no motor, so it just does whatever it needs to do. So it'll tilt as we need it, tilt as it needs to. Okay, all right. So basically, I would want the front guy to be the same as this guy, but work at separate times. So it's like a dog walking. But we want the one that's the back left to be set up exactly the same as this guy, I think. So if I were to just copy this and put it in the back left side. Okay. Actually, that's not quite exactly the right angle. I think I need to switch my numbers around here just a bit. So 0 there. So it should be 45 here, I think. There. That should do it. Okay. So let's try that. This is a very chill stream, so if anybody thinks what we're doing is boring, this is pretty much all we're doing this stream. We're gonna test it out, but don't feel like you gotta try to stay entertained with what this goofy thing is trying to be. Okay. All right. So now what we need to be doing is have the other legs be the opposite. While these ones are moving forward, the other one needs to be straight. Actually, I think if I copy these amounts, then we just have it start in a different location, the different configuration, maybe this would work. So instead of it starting in this configuration, it starts in this configuration. No. Motor's disengaged. Why can't I change your angle here? This has a target angle. Why does this not have a target angle? Okay, there we go. There, so it would start like that, but it doesn't have a motor. What's crazy is this actually kind of looks like a thing already in motion here. Are you clipped? You are very slightly clipped. So let's fix that by moving this guy up a touch and that other guy up a touch. Why the hell would you do that? God damn it, the frickin' controls on this game are just ridiculously bad. Out. Up. Yeah, I don't want you to attach to this piece or anything. You piece of crap. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I want to do the same thing here. Okay. Okay. All right, and so that means I want to now move this guy back a little bit. Backing up just a touch. Actually, what we need to do is probably have it be like halfway through. That's pretty close. Okay. So we want to do this guy lined up this way, but halfway through this way. Something like that. Okay, and then get this guy the same way. Get you here. And then like halfway forward there. Okay, how's that look? All right, good. They're not touching. Pretty close to a level line there. Okay. Okay, so now I need to copy this guy and put it on that side. Nope, not move you. Copy you. Okay. All right. This is almost starting to look like a walker, guys. I swear this thing looks like a friggin' AT-AT. Alright, so I need you to be lined up. That's actually pretty well lined up there. Just need you to go back. Like that part there. Okay. Okay. Now we would need to figure out how to move our hinges to actually make this work. The problem I see with that actually happening is as we move the legs forward and backwards, they kind of go down. I feel like the whole thing will shake, but let's see if we can visualize how I want to do this. So we have one leg that we want to go forward. So the first thing that we want to happen is we want this guy to go forward. Crap. Forward. It's the first thing. So we'd want this guy and this guy to activate and go forward. Would we want this thing to move as it's doing that? I don't think so. Trying to figure out with action groups how to make this happen. So we want this guy, toggle motor engaged, this guy, toggle motor engaged. Okay. So that's the first thing we want to happen. That would move these two legs forward. So let's talk through this. So if we toggle them, crap. Control Z. No. Oh, god damn it. Oh, freaking hell. Okay, good. I just messed up my action group. No, I didn't. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's see what these would do. So I right-click this. So our first action group would go like this. This thing would turn because this is on disengaged motor, so that should actually pivot, hopefully. So those would move that way. And then the next thing we'd want to have happen is these guys to go back that way, or do I want these guys to do something? I think I want these guys to be not motorized too. I think. I want things to be able to pivot around them, but I don't think I need these to actually do anything. I could be wrong about that. All right, so those guys, so the next thing we would do would have this guy toggle, which should move them both back. And they would hopefully step forward and these things would adjust. Okay, so that's going to be action group 2. Action group 2 is going to be this guy, toggle motor engage, this guy, toggle motor engage, motor engage. Okay, so let's put them back to their default positions and see what happens when we do this, when we use these action groups. This is probably going to be terrible, but we're going to give it a shot. Hello? Oh, gotta click this thing. There we go. There. Save. Put Jeb Kerman in the Mech Jeb piloting seat and see what happens. See if we can take one small step for Jebediah, one large leap for mechanized warfare everywhere. Okay. Oh god, what's going to happen? I pressed 1 and nothing happened. Okay, let's turn the damping to 0 on all of these hinges and see if that does anything. So far, nothing's happened when I try to move this thing. I almost wonder if I try to do this on the, rather than the launch pad, do it on the airstrip. All right, I'm pressing 1, and these guys should be trying to move forward. So the motor's engaging, but nothing's happening. I feel like it's because it's trying to move forward, but it can't move forward because it's It can't slide. Can I like turn friction off on this thing? Do I need to have the motors in reverse? Shouldn't need to. What happens if I turn the damping down on these guys? How about if I turn the damping all the way up? This is what happened last on my earlier thing. I feel like the issue is when it's trying to move forward, this thing is digging into the ground so it can't. Moonwalking, that's what I need to do. So you can see that these are turning on and off. And these are turning on and off when I do it, but it's not moving because when I try to move forward, I feel like they're getting stuck. Like physics won't let this move forward. Because when I engage this thing, it's trying to move it forward at the angle that I set it at. Okay. Okay. So how can we fix this? We probably need to add some lifting up motion, which is what I wanted the piston for. What if at the same time as we move this forward, this lifted up? Maybe. Okay, let me go revert to assembly. When I move that one forward, maybe I need to have this one adjust to go up a little bit. Sounds like it would work. Yeah, you'd think. You'd think. The problem is, okay, so basically I would need it to be up a little bit. How high would I need it to go? So if it's going forward 45 degrees, do I need it to be the full 90? When you go forward, do I need it to be the full 90 there? Because then it would need to come down next. Because now I don't need it to go so far forward. So when he's forward, how far do we want this to be? Let's figure this out. We want it to be at 45, I think. I think that's where we want it to go to. So 45 on this side. God, I can't see the number. Okay, there we go. So we basically would want this to go. First thing, lift. Second thing, go forward. Third thing, go down. And this would hopefully, this would need to adjust too then, I guess. So this guy would need to be 40, 0 here? Where is this? Yeah, 0 at the end. No, wait, that's not right. I think it's at the other end. We want it to be 0. Zero at that end, and then when this goes this way and this way, it would need to be 45, negative 45. Nope. I was right. It would need to be... Was I right? Nope, it was the other way. Okay. Is that right? Okay, I think it's 45 and negative 45 and 0, I think is what I want it to be. There. So there. Okay. So the idea is when it steps, the first thing that happens is this raises. Then this moves forward. This adjusts, and then this steps down. Oh God. Okay, so that is, how many motions is that? I need to go through that. So that's, let's go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 4 motions. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to get 1 step and have it. These two guys do the same thing. All right. I think it's actually 4 motions adding in this hinge. So this is at negative 45 and 0. So I need to copy that. So you need to be engaged. So negative 45 and 0. Okay. All right, so I need to go through the order. So the first thing is lift, adjust, forward. Let me go through it one more time because I'm going to be making an action group out of this. So step is going to be first thing, engage, engage. So it's 1, 2, engage, 3, engage, 4. Okay. So it's this guy last, this guy third, this guy second, and this guy first. Okay, let's make an action group out of this. So 1. Let's get rid of these. So 1. You engage. Nope, not engage. Toggle. Toggle. So that's 1. Second is move forward. So 2 is going to be you, toggle, you, toggle. 3 is going to be you, toggle, you, toggle. 4 is going to be you, toggle, you, toggle. Could probably move the foot while you are lifting the shin. Oh, you're right. We could make it 3. That's a good point. So as we lift, we could... Do I want to do it at the same time? I probably should do it as I move this one, actually. So we should do 1, 2, and 2. So I can make actually... let's make 3. 3 be this guy. Toggle and toggle. And on 2, while this guy's moving forward, we can toggle these guys. Toggle. Toggle. Okay, let's see what this does. Interesting seeing you live this time. You're going to try to get back to bed and hopefully sleep. Well, good luck, Pibo. Hope you get some sleep, my friend. Have a good one, man. All right, let's see what happens when we do this. no idea this is gonna work. I'm actually not gonna stream super late because I'm gonna try to get up at like 7 in the morning tomorrow to do this whole thing. Okay, it's a little wobbly. It's a little wobbly. Let's see what happens, man. 1. Okay, is it too heavy? 2, 3. I feel like maybe this hinge is not strong enough to pull this entire thing up. You do need to be up in 4 hours to call the doctors. Well, I will say this is moving more than it has in the past. So currently, this is trying to lift this up. What if I do damping here? Mess with some numbers here. What TF am I doing? Moodno says. Trying to make a walker, man. What do you think I'm doing? Okay, so it won't. This leg won't pull off the ground for whatever reason. I'm trying to make a dog. Trying to make an AT-AT, okay? How's the YouTubes going? Pretty good. Seems like they're going pretty well. All right, I guess my issue is this cannot pull up Y. What if I strutted things? See if strutting does anything. No. Am I trying to make a dog? We kind of are, actually. Trying to make a walker that walks. So why will you not lift off the ground? Is it too heavy? Is it too heavy for this thing? You know what? It might be gravity is too strong. This might work on another planet. But because gravity is so strong, it's not working here. I did hop back on, Klaus Dieter. I'm back to working on a walker. What if it's 0 damping on these guys? Does not do anything. This guy's not even lifting up off the ground. Why is that? What's the traverse rate? I don't know what this is. These are actually opposite now. I don't know why. Didn't have any gig today? I never see you stream this hour. No, I normally don't. This is late night for me. I'm usually just chilling out or about to go to bed. You missed my stream. I played Bloons Tower Defense 6 for a couple hours. Klaus Dieter, I'll be honest, I haven't watched any streams today. This is like I'm going into my 8th hour of streaming, so when I stream there's no way I'm going to be able to watch much of anybody else's streams. I feel like this is close. I wonder how I could make this. Maybe it's because these feet. Maybe the feet are too heavy. Is there any way I could change out the feet and make this work? Like lighter feet. Made a lot of progress. Well, we're figuring stuff out at least. Let's revert back to assembly. If I used lighter feet, would that work? Trying to look for good feet earlier and I couldn't really find anything. Oh yeah, I was looking at these little triangle things. Some sort of triangle foot. Okay, these guys are smaller and lighter maybe. Try something like this. I liked how much support these round guys gave, but I feel like they're pretty heavy. How heavy are they? 0.08 tons. Oh, well, they're freaking... Okay, no. Where's the small one? 0.101 tons. Here's one that's really light. Lightfoot, I think that's a hobbit's name. Lightfoot, huh? Remember that a lot of panels in Moon have lower gravity? Yeah, I know. If we can't make this thing work on Kerbal, we could maybe make it work on another planet, but the issue I have with that is getting it there, and I need to kind of have a proof of concept that this thing will actually even work. I would love to attach this to the bottom of this thing. Okay, so all the attachment points are at the corners of this. That I feel like is not going to work. Gonna go eat. Lurk more activated. All right, enjoy your lurking, Klaus. What about this? Is that bigger or smaller? How much does that weigh? 0.25 compared to 0.0. Oh, wait, no, I was using this. 0.04. Oh my gosh, it's only 0.04 tons. That's like super light compared to other things. What about this? This is like the... I think that's the lightest thing, 0.01. What if we put just these girder things on it? Let's see if it is a weight issue. It may not be a weight issue. Might be a motor not being strong enough issue. Okay. I wish I could do a test with lower gravity. I mean, test how this thing would work on a lower gravity surface, but I don't think that's a thing you can do. Okay, so when I hit 1, what should happen is this and this both activate and pull up the leg. That is what is supposed to happen. Okay, there's something going on here. Why are these two at different... These should be exactly the same. Locked, no. Locked, no. Motor engaged, disengaged. Oh! Sliding. Okay, all right. Okay, my motors weren't lined up there. That might be one of the issues here. There's a cheat mode where you can do that. Yeah, I might have to actually do that at some point. Okay, you know what? Since my motors were actually not aligned like they were supposed to, let me put back the feet that I was using because I feel like they're the best feet for this because of how wide they are and they're pretty light. This is... I feel like this got angled incorrectly. Oh, okay. So that's supposed to be there. That should be 90. Okay. Oh, I didn't fix this guy. Okay, so this guy needs to be the same as this guy. Okay, so you start disengaged. You start disengaged. You start engaged. You start engaged. You start disengaged. I think we want to start you engaged, like that guy. Disengaged, disengaged. Engaged, engaged. Disengaged. Disengaged. Maybe if I start them all the same. What am I building, good sir? It's basically an AT-AT. I'm trying to make a walker in this game. A mech walker is what I'm attempting to make. It basically is an AT-AT, but I'm trying to make it actually walk, and that's the issue. Engaged. Let's start this disengaged. And this guy disengaged. Kind of like those guys. So what's going to happen is I'm going to hit 1. This is going to disengage. Actually, I think I want this to be disengaged. Disengaged. Because the first thing I'm going to do is hit 1. This should engage and pull up. And these guys should start engaged. So these guys start engaged. I hit 1. This pulls up. I hit 2. This guy and this guy engage and move forward, while this guy and this guy engage and swap their angle. See what this does. You dig it? I knew if you showed up, Shoga, you would get what you'd pick up what I was putting down. You could also use some small thrusters to counter some of the gravity. It's true. Maybe some RCS or something, or SAS to keep us from falling. I played around building this after you left. The white fleet explode all the time. All right, so the goal is, what I'm trying to have happen is I press 1, this lifts, press 2, moves forward, press 3, this goes down. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We actually... Okay, that did not work. I think I actually want to swap how these are engaged or whatever. Make sure this AT-AT doesn't easily get taken down by those pesky snow speeders. Well, so far it could be taken down by a pesky gust of wind, so... getting this thing to actually walk is I'm not having much luck. Big thruster, eh? Giggity. Okay, so I think I want to swap this. I think I want to start this engaged. And start these guys disengaged. Disengaged. Because I haven't got it to take its first step yet. The first step should be, let's go over our action group again. Should be, first thing, these two guys go up. And that's what I'm having an issue. The very first thing I'm trying to do, motor 50 kN max, extra mass 0.1 ton. I just don't know if what I'm trying to do is too heavy. Do you have to hold the key or just press? It's a good question. I thought you had to just press. Maybe I should hold it down. Once it takes its first step, Rand will be a proud papa. That's, I will. Once it takes the first step, I'll need to do the second step action group. So it would be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's how it would walk. So if I just press 1, you see it try to go up. I'm pretty sure it's just a press, because it's like a 1 and a 0. Oh, well, I'm holding 1. Let's see if holding 1. So like if I just press it, it's kind of floating there. But I press it again. Yeah, it's just a turn on and turn off. Now my issue is why this thing isn't doing anything. Because I at least see this guy trying. Is there anything different here? Yeah, it's just a toggle. You have to press the number buttons to make it walk. That's insanity. Yeah, well, basically the way this works, Shogi, is I put each hinge in place, and I have to figure out when they turn on and off, change the angle they go. It's super complicated. Is the foot colliding with the ground? Maybe. Let me try revert to vehicle assembly. Let's try going on the instead of being on the launch pad, let's try doing it here. Let's do it on the landing strip. It's front heavy. Is that, you think, the issue? It's front heavy. Do I need to make the whole frame that it's supporting lighter, maybe? See if this is any better. So you think maybe this thing? I guess I should check center of mass. That might be an issue. Okay. Yeah, because my first issue is that the first step, this thing lifting, this right here lifting, is not doing it. I feel like maybe this is too heavy for this hinge. I wonder if I use heavy duty or hinges. But my issue with that is I feel like all the hinges have the same amount of torque or whatever. Let me actually look at the different hinges. Is there a different power level for the different hinges? Tolerance 50 G's. Oh my god, what is this? Killer Taco Baby with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for that. 0.14 tons. How can I see if its motor's stronger? Shouldn't the first and third leg activate so second and fourth legs don't collide with the ground? Maybe I do need to have this guy activate at the same time. Maybe that's what I need to do. Well, the top hinge shouldn't be moving at first. Let me go over with you. I kind of have to do this one step at a time. For those just joining us, basically what we're doing is I had to set the angles of this. So basically the first thing that happens, this leg and this leg raise. This is wrong. Why did this is backwards? Okay. That's one reason why we're having issues. Okay. 45 and 0. Come on. You've been watching your FTL videos for last week? Nice, Killer Taco Baby. Well, welcome to the live stream, man. We're just kind of goofing around this late at night. Okay. I don't know why. This should be exactly the same as this one. When I copy these things, they're supposed to be exactly what the other settings are. And it wasn't. There. Okay. That should be the same now. For God's sake, putting the mouse on the motor to try to see the stats and wondering why it's not showing. Okay. Okay. I still like the idea that Deadly Necro said that I need to maybe have these hinges going at the same time. So now I got to figure that out. So I got to let's go back to our initial position, which is this. This is our starting position right here. So, action group 1. First thing, these two legs lift. Should I maybe activate these at the same time so that as this lifts, these move us forward? Let me, with making that change, see what happens. Let's see what happens if they lift because they're both actually going in the right direction now. Okay, 1. Okay, hey! All right, it's kind of a moonwalk. 2, 3. Oh, it's almost kind of walking. It's almost kind of walking. He just jumped. Okay. Okay, fixing that one thing helped a lot. All right, we can... if we get these action groups fixed, we might be able to make this work. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious and amazing. Okay, all right. So, what was happening was, as I was trying to lift this, everything kind of shifted back. And now you know why those robots from Japan walk so awkward. I do. So, as I lift this guy, I think I want to move forward with my other leg. So that would be... I think that would be toggling these guys to move that way. And I think the same time that that would move that way, this guy would need to engage, maybe. Do you hear that, Mr. Randerson? That is the sound of inevitability. Nah, it's the sound of my AT-AT just falling over. That's right. Okay. All right, so it's just going to be playing with action groups now. So as these guys go up, I want these guys to engage. So toggle. This is so complex. Toggle. And I think at the same time that's moving, I want these guys to engage, I think. So toggle. Toggle. So what's going to happen to this first action group, this is going to lift, this is going to move forward, this is going to adjust its angle. Second action group. This one moves forward. This one moves forward while these guys adjust their angle. What's happening here? I feel like that would be the time that these guys engage. Let me check something. So it goes back and then it straightens. Maybe. Oh man, this action group thing is blowing my mind. Okay. Let's take this first step and see if that even works. Let's not try to get the second thing. Let's just see what happens when I do action group 1, lift, move forward, shift. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Oh, this is so ridiculous. All right, hitting 1 and a bunch of stuff should happen. 1. Okay. All right, so I think this thing moving forward's not gonna work there. You're both happy and sad to see a random nighttime stream. What's up, Zach Dog? 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, you can actually see the legs trying to do their walking motion. You can see what it's trying to do. Technically, you can make it only have 2 legs and then 2 more or less supporting legs. Yeah, but I feel like I'm going to have better stability if I use the 4 legs. Might be a little more complex, but with all the different gravities on the different planets, stability is like king, I feel like. All right, I don't think this one engaging during action group 1 is going to work because it's just not moving forward. I need to somehow propel us forward as this thing lifts up. How? Maybe I need to have something else be first rather than this lifting. I do need to move forward, and I do need this guy to move us forward, and it's not working. I wonder if I have to adjust the angle a little bit. Maybe if I change my angles a little bit. Because let's see what our angles are at here. Let me undo what we just did. Gauge there. So what if instead of like that, we had it be... Well, you can't do like half of 45, because you can't do point something, I don't think. Could you just make the forward leg, let's go backwards, since when you had it going forward, you went backwards? You know, swapping the hinges around might not be a bad idea, because, like, for some animals, they actually have their hinges going in opposite directions from their front legs and their back legs, right? Maybe that's something I should do. Let me get rid of those action groups I changed. Let me get rid of that guy. And that guy. That guy. And which guy was it? This guy. This is the crazy complex part, is like I can give it legs, I can line it up, I just can't. You can give a man legs, but you can't teach him to walk. If I were to look at like a dog or a cheetah or something, wouldn't they have some back bent legs? Would it be the front legs that are back bent? I don't have animals, so I don't know. It'd be the front legs that would be bent back, right? So what if I swapped the way these front legs are set up? Let's change the angles a little bit here. So basically, I would want to swap these guys. I want this to be negative 90, negative 45, I think. There. And then this guy we would want to be positive 45. Come on. And 0. I believe. Yeah, like that. You think the animation reference for walk would help? Animation reference for walk would help. What? Okay, and then this thing would be opposite. So it'd be positive 45 and 0. You'd start there. Okay. Just Google dog walk animation reference. No thanks. Nah, I'm good. Okay, and so now I would need to adjust this leg. So I with these angle changes, I think I actually need to adjust these angles. So basically we do, hold on a second here. I think this angle is this angle right? Like that, okay. So there we go. So we'd want it to start like this. And disengaged. Disengaged. That was how our arms would work if we bear crawled? Right, exactly. Okay. So now what are these other legs doing? Well, this is like this. This is actually them raised, not... I probably should Google dog walking animation if I wanted to actually figure this out. So this is the height they would be at when we are lifting up and moving forward. So what would it be? Am I crazy? So you do that. And you do that. That's how you'd step right there. There's a fourth bend point? Where's the fourth bend point? What's my other joint? You got this, this, this. Where's the last one? Front. What? I don't know what that means. I mean, you got shoulder, elbow, and wrist. What else am I missing? Okay, so I would need to do a similar thing right here where I swap these around. Dogs have 2 elbows. Dogs have double elbows? Oh. I guess they kind of have, this is like a second elbow, and then they have this. Like where the fingers meet is kind of another point. I think is what you're saying. Fingers and toes, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think so. Oh, I never adjusted this guy, did I? Okay, this guy should be 0 and 45. Another issue, I missed a joint here. Crap, that's how that not right. Should be the same as this. 0, 45. Does it need to be opposite? Doesn't it need to be negative 45, 0? Come on, there we go. Yeah, I think that's right. They have a front one by the wrist area. Yeah, it's basically, it would be, our wrist would be their second elbow, and then they have the toe thing. So, okay, so I need to change this guy to be opposite, so negative 45. So I might need to add, you're right, I might need to add another joint place. But let's get these back bent legs first. So it'd be like that, be like that, and it'd be like that. Okay. Humans have 5 joints on their legs, feet, or 6. Okay. Okay. This is looking more like what this should be. I think I need to match this guy's numbers with this guy. So I think, am I crazy? Yes, I do. So this needs to be 90, 45. Really, I can't see the number behind this as I'm using. Okay, I just need to move it down. Okay, there we go. Okay, and that's where we want that to be. And then this guy is negative 45 and 0. Okay, that's the same. This guy is negative 45, 0. There were a couple of joints I actually didn't get. That's probably another reason why it was kind of falling apart. Negative 45, 0. Okay. But we want these to start different positions. So how do we want this to start? So you will be like that. And like that. Okay. And then this is basically right, except I need this one to be down. No, I don't. How is this? Is it just this one? There we go. Okay, there we... Oh, god damn it. Okay. There we go. All right. I still might need to add another joint, but I think we got all of our joints fixed. They should all have an angle limit thing going on. Make sure none of them are missing the angle limit. Okay. So now what we want to do is have the other leg step first. So we need to change our action groups here. So let's see. Let's see if we can make this happen. So now the first thing we want to do is we want to lift these legs, move them forward, and bring them down. Possibly while having these guys moving us forward. So it's going to be, first thing we want to happen is lift these two guys. So you toggle, toggle. So as those guys lift, I think I also want to have these guys try to move us forward. So it'd be this guy, toggle, this guy, toggle, and while those are trying to move us forward, we would need this to toggle, toggle, toggle. So basically this first action group, these two legs, wait a second, if this lifts and this will lift forward, yes. I wonder if this will need to toggle at the same time, because as this lifts, that might push us forward. So I might actually need to toggle these at the same time that they're lifting. Toggle, toggle. So first thing that happens, this lifts, these guys toggle, and these try to move us forward. Second thing that happens, this is going to move us forward, this going to move forward, this going to move forward. So that would be action group 2. I'm looking at a dock rock reference and you're still confused. So the next thing that happens is you move everything forward. So you toggle, you toggle. And I've already adjusted all these things. So that'll be those two legs moving forward. And while those are moving forward, this is engaged and pulled it back that way. I feel like maybe these guys need to engage and do something. Just trying to move us forward. Probably getting too complex here, but we're gonna do this and this just because I'm kind of guessing. Let's see what this does. We have a pretty complex action group 1, and I want to see what happens when I press it. I want to see what happens when I press that button. Oh, wow, okay. All right, he's already falling apart here. 1. We actually stabilized when I hit 1. I think I might need to change... I think I might need to change which motors are actually starting engaged and not. Hey, what's up, Anulu? He's just slowly falling down. Woo! Okay. All right. I can't believe how long I've been working on this ridiculous thing. So I guess my question is, what's the difference between a motor starting engaged and disengaged? If it's disengaged, does that mean it's loose and flexible? So I think I want this one and this one to start disengaged. So if it's loose and flexible, we want it to flex, which will bring it up. So that's those two. These guys I want to start engaged, I think, so that they're stiff, and then as we engage it, they get flexible. Okay. This guy I want to start engaged too, I think. So it's supporting us. Whoops, no. Engaged. And these guys, I want them to start flexible. So I want these guys to be... Actually, I don't think I want to have these guys engaged the first time. I think I want these just to be disengaged. So that as we move forward, they'll be flexible. I think that's what I want to do. So let's go over what's going to happen. This is going to try to lift, while this thing disengages to get flexible. Same thing on this side. You're going to disengage to get flexible as you lift, I think. And then you two guys are going to disengage to move forward. Okay, let's see what happens with that change. The more I do this, the more confused I get. Oh god. Alright, see if he immediately falls. Alright, he doesn't immediately fall. That's good. 1. Hey, he kind of wanted to move forward. Cannot lock robot. What did that say? Cannot lock robotic part. Servo is moving. That's interesting. You can actually see these legs trying to do something here. It's kind of flailing here. Well, I might try one more thing and then go to bed. It's about bedtime if I'm going to get up and go get my car fixed tomorrow. That was kind of weird. Cannot lock robot part because servo is moving. Do I have something that's trying to tell it to lock? The crazy thing about it is every time I do this, I have to check every single hinge for all these different settings. Alright, none of them say locked, so I don't know why it gave me that error or whatever. You have an 8 a.m. should be my bedtime too. Yeah, I'm about to quit. I almost wonder if I should just do nothing with the bottom guys, just leave them flexible. I feel like that's a bad idea, but let me go through the motions again to try to figure out what I want what I want this first step to be. Do I have this right? Do I have this? I feel like this is how a dog would walk. They have 2 legs that come together, 2 that are far apart. This would go forward as this one goes back. This one goes forward as this one goes back. I think, you know what? I'm going to look at a dog walking animation real quick. I am going to do it. Dog walking animation. All right, here we go. Let's watch this cartoon dog walking animation. Yeah, so his legs come together. Yeah, the legs do come together while the other ones are separated. And so the two opposite ones move at the same time. Okay. I need to add a tail. That's what I'm missing. A tail for balance. Okay, okay. Hopefully that'll give us some good reference here. Okay. So we want this guy and this guy to move forward as these ones move back. That's kind of the motion. So in order for that to happen, I think I have the right order. I need this. Maybe I should have this activated at the same time as that, so that as this is lifting, this goes forward. Maybe that's what I need to do. So that engages. We take that off. That engages. We're going to take that off. Okay. So as this one comes up, we want this one to come forward. So we're going to add this to toggle, this to toggle. It almost seems like they're all engaging at the same time. Okay, so that'll be all these joints going, but these guys don't do anything. And I don't want this to flex. These I want to just be able to move and be disengaged, I believe. And these guys need to be disengaged as well. Okay. So what happens if we have all those things go at the same time? Basically, the top two joints of the forward moving leg and the top one joint of the leg that's pushing us forward. Let's see what this does. Let's see what happens here. 3, 2, 1, 1. All right. The joints are actually going further than they're supposed to, too. They're like super jointing or whatever. When you engage, do they try to go to the target angle? They're supposed to. They're supposed to not be able to go past that target angle, basically. You can kind of see it's like kind of a walking motion. Build a frame to hold it up so you can see what's going on. What's doing what. Okay, so it's like a hanging thing to see what the legs are doing. We could try that. Vert to launch. My vehicle assembly. How could I put a frame for this to hang from? Could I actually just do this launch stability enhancer and have it hanging from that? Okay. If it's not even, let's see here. Oh gosh. Okay. Is that gonna? I don't even know if that's gonna hold it up. But let's put one on the other side and see. That's okay. Well, let's do double just to make sure. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens when we do this. I'm still just looking at the first step. Use clamp. Use the clamps. Clamp, clamp. Oh, okay. So all the motors that aren't engaged are just kind of floating free, it looks like. Is that what's happening? Yeah. So it's kind of weird. It's like when a motor is not engaged, it just like floats there. And that's kind of an issue, I think. You can kind of see this leg and this leg are kind of doing what they're supposed to. But because this thing's kind of floating around. What if I engage this one? Yeah, I think the issue with this is not power just like lets it just hang. Is that what damping does? What does damping do? Okay, damping reduces how much it goes back and forth, maybe? What is this? Looks like that might be what the traverse rate and the damping helps stop a little bit. I wonder what locked does. Locked. Oh, maybe lock is what I needed to do. Instead of damping. Here, let me revert. And let me lock every single one. Maybe if it's locked, it won't move. The issue with that is there are some that I need to kind of be flexible, so. What happens if I lock every single joint? Maybe that's what I need to have happen, to have every single joint locked. That way they only move it when... That's probably what that means. They only move it when you tell it to. I have a feeling is probably what that means, so it's not just dangling free. Not free balling over here. Locked. 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 The other issue is I have to do this to every single one every time. Okay, I think I got them all. Hey, what's up, Noob Scrub? How are you doing? Locked. There we go. I think I locked them all. Y'all locked? Okay, I think they're all locked. I'll find out when I go out and launch it. Okay. All right. Let's see if locked is going to do what we want it to do. Oh, I'm doing all right. Just chilling out, messing with robot building. Okay, now that they're locked, this actually does look better. One. Okay, locked is making it so it's not... You're not going your full... Why is locked making you not do your full angle? Because he's supposed to go to 45. He's not going to his full angle when it's locked. Swinging back and forth, but I wonder if it's because of the weight. What if I were to unlock this? Let's see if it goes to its full angle. Target angle 45. It's still not getting there. I probably am going to have to watch some video that teaches how to make a walker or something. I feel like we're kind of on the right track. But it's kind of similar to when I was working on our rover. The wheels, when we were on Minmus, I had to make so many changes between when it was full of fuel and when it was empty of fuel. Getting the traction correct and damping and all that stuff that the physics make it so hard to actually make a functional thing do what you're wanting it to do. I mean, this is pretty complex what we're trying to make it to do, but you gotta see it swing back and forth. So we're kind of slowly getting it. What's weird is this one is not going. You are locked. If I unlock you, what happens? Yeah, you swing more. So it looks like I would need to lock some and not lock others or something. Still find very janky how the hinge works. Yeah. Well, the wheels are janky to me too, because another issue you have to think about is even if I got this to work on Kerbal, because the gravity is so different, if I were to take this thing up to Minmus and try to walk around with it, the gravity is so much less that it would probably, like, when it moves, it'll like just jump off the ground and stuff. So, you're heading to bed, Klaus Dieter. I'm about to finish too. Have a good night, my friend. Thanks for hanging out, man. So, I feel like trying to make crazy ground walking stuff in this game might just not be worth it because of the way the physics and gravity works. Or at least I would need more training and more knowledge of how to make it work. Instead of a walker, you made a jumper. Exactly. Exactly. Can you give the mech death lasers? You can give him a mining laser, and you can give it, like, arms. All right, I'm going to do one last thing, and then we're going to call this good night. I'm going to put the arms on it, because there are arms you can put on this thing. And I actually wanted to put arms on it just to make it so it had legs and arms. Its arms will be its ears. These robot, where are these robot arms? Utility, cargo, medium scanning arm, large scanning arm. This isn't actually a laser, but it's going to kind of look like a laser. R. Nope. V. Q. Okay, you are not. I guess you're going to just mirror that way, aren't you? So, what happens when these guys extend? Preview scanning range. Whoa! What are you doing? Holy crap. Wow, so that's what that does. This thing, like, he just does a big spin move. So apparently you have to put this on the end of something so it's not clipping through everything. Well, as cool as that looks, we're just going to keep it on there because it looks good. I think it should be better to try something less complicated to understand better the hinge. Probably. It's probably what I need to do, Mudenho. Maybe we'll try to do... I mean, what less complicated thing can we do? I could just put one of these things on a hinge and have it go out and extend or use a... The beginning of the stream, I was trying to put hinges and hydraulic cylinders together, and it just wasn't working. So, all right, guys, I'm going to head to bed. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this little late night stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. Again, no stream tomorrow, but we'll be back on Thursday with some FTL. So, y'all have a great rest of your night. I'm going to head out and get ready to get up early for some car repairs. So, we'll see you next time. Peace out, my friends. You are awesome, and happy gaming. Later, my friends.